Well, this is a turn up for the books. I had all sorts planned out and ready to go for the brain, and then he just up and retired. I didn't know I was that intimidating. I was just gonna move on and let it go. Then somebody did a stupid. Somebody did a very stupid. I would go as far as to say that somebody did a broom. They decided that they wanted to get buried. So they called me out. As you can obviously see, I'm throwing this together as a response. It's last minute. I don't like change. But luckily for this fucking blithering idiot, I feel like I've got some frustration to work out. He's someone that refers to himself as a good human being. Most likely in the same vein as other good human beings like David Jones, Justin Allen Floyd, Gregory J. Yost, Daryl Jackson, Evan Johnson, and Ronnie Ellis. A real quality list of good human beings. And the funny thing about this is, he actually thinks he's going to beat me. Now I'm probably gonna lose a couple of points for this, but what the hell? I have to ask the question. You do realise this is comp, don't you? There's no booker here to protect you, no creative team telling you what to say, and no road agent to tell you what's gonna happen. You are just another notch on my proverbial bedpost. And considering that the fans were looking forward to seeing me fight anyway, I thought I'd give them that. Besides, even getting to see me in just a squash match is a treat. Anyway, in closing, good luck on your retirement, Scott. And JD, just why?
The bulletproof Phill Marshall has a date with a good human being, JD. And it takes place at SWA of all places, Fall Out Break. I respect you and I hope you're sleeping right now because the time zones between us are complete opposites. And it reminds me of you and I. Like, we are complete opposites, Phill. See, I'm taking this match personal and very serious. Because we couldn't be more opposites, as I mentioned. Look at me, I'm outside in Mother Nature. And you have the fancy equipment to bring life one of the best promos I've ever seen. Not just one, not just two, multiple promos. And I learned a lot from you, Phill. I'm still learning. Well, as I sit here and think about all the times when I was 16 years old, and I would take a brutal beating in the backyard wrestling. I would go through plywood, chair shots, people would dive off of trees onto me. I even dove off of trampolines onto people lying on plywoods, and I never broke the table, I broke myself. But I did it, Phill, because I love wrestling. I love wrestling so much that when I was 16 years old, my dad gave me a championship belt from WWE Shop. Back then, WWF, as we all know anyways. And it was his Attitude Era belt. That Stone Cold, the one that Stone Cold held, okay? And he knew that meant a lot to me more than a car. Because that championship, I looked at it, and every day that I would come over and I'd see him, I go, man, that's a beautiful belt. And I had asked to hold it. And I wanted it so badly. And when he finally gave it to me for my 16th birthday, you know what I did with it? I didn't admire it as much as I thought I would. I told my guys, hey, let's use this championship. I'm going to present the winner of this match with the title. And we passed that title around, but I never got the title. Back then it didn't bother me, but now as a 30-year-old adult, for some reason, it freaking bothers me, man. And maybe you don't know what I'm talking about. Maybe you didn't spend half of your childhood on a trampoline outside. While other people were playing kickball and basketball, I was on freaking trampoline with my best friends. And we would put each other through freaking pits, 6 feet deep. You know, we did so many things. I've had friends who passed away in 2020 who was part of this, you know, so I'm not going to try to get sentimental here. I'm not trying to look for sympathy. Those titles I never won these imaginary titles. And I've never won a freaking SWA championship. I'm not here to cry about it. But I want to tell you that this match means a lot to me because, as you know, Phil, you're not a champion right now. But if you were in my company, if this was my company, you would be in every freaking main event because you have the skills beyond measure. And I really believe in that. I really, truly, from the bottom of my heart, I sincerely mean, bravo. You will have the greatest promos I've ever seen, man. And there's something about you, your wit, the way you don't give a damn about what people think, and the way that you're just insult your opponents. It's next level, and I would love to be on that level one day. Tonight, it's not a championship match, but to me, it is my championship match. So, Phil, insult me. Call me the fat fuck that I am.
It was a little fat man suit, made for a little fat man, but wasn't as fat as the suit.
Insult the women that I've been with. You could look at my Facebook posts. You could do whatever you want. Because I was supposed to face Shady, and I had a lot... Shady, if you're watching this, I have a lot to talk about. I have a lot of things that I would like to do to you in the ring because you beat me fair and square. But Shady, our match and our history is not over. I know one day we will meet again, which is why I'm happy that the Brain backed down. Now, best of luck to him and whatever he's doing. But I've wanted this match for a while, and between you and me, I thank you sincerely from the bottom of my heart, DMing me way back when I was just starting off, and I took my break. You were the guy that came to me, and you told me little things about myself that I didn't even know. This is a big match for me, like I said. I'll see you at Fall Outbreak. I'm going to give you everything I have. I'm going to go back to my childhood memories, freaking flying off of trees, but instead of this time, it's going to be off the top rope. You are bulletproof, Phill Marshall. I have to do this. I wish you good luck.
DJB for the World Championship in the arena, and then I'm going to...
You see that? It's not that hard, is it, Irma? Suit, made for a little fat man, but wasn't as fat as the suit. So, it factor 0 because clearly he has...
Bulletproof, huh?
You've been at the top for way too long. It's time to walk in the dark and accept your fate with open arms. Scared? Don't worry, someone will guide you through this painful transaction.
Good evening, SWA. You hear that? Phil, the fans of Anaheim, California, live 18,000 here in attendance at the Honda Center for You versus Me, part 2. It's been 4 months and 20 days to be exact since you and I have last fought in the ring. And that night, Fall Outbreak, I started to really click. It started to make sense on me what I have to do to be here in this moment. I went through 2 individuals, and now we're here in the semifinals. And look at all the names that are in this, that are left. Wilson Fisk, Rick Air, Phill Marshall, Jadarius Dream, and all you 3 men have done something in your career. You've held that World Heavyweight title. You've done it all. Me, I have everything to lose here. You guys can walk on and retire just like the rest of the people, like Rick Air and DJB, and you will have a Hall of Fame career. But me, no, I get to go here tonight and I get to show everyone what I am made of. Put my name on the map as one of the greatest to ever do it. And yeah, I ain't gonna lie, I got goosebumps, I got chills, I got butterflies, just like I did the first time when I fought you, Bulletproof Phill Marshall. So you better get it right. Right now, when I come out there to the ring and I step into the ring, I look you in your face, man to man, king to peasant, because I know what you think of me. You think of me as everyone else who's already fought you. You're good, but you're not that good, as you said to people like Havoc, people like TJ Shadows, and maybe you were right. Maybe you were right about them, but you're not right about me. And I've proven to be the top dog. Whenever I step into that ring, I prove it every freaking week that I can hang with the best. But somebody who doesn't believe in me, DJB. And why wouldn't he? He's your guy. He's went down the road with you. You guys shared the ring multiple times. He doesn't have faith in me. And this is not about the crown. I could care less if that comes to the Collective's locker room or not. And I will not be wearing the crown like you may or may not do. This is personal. So when I tell you, Phill, I'm going to look you right in your face and I'm going to give you everything I got. I'm going to hit you with lefts and rights. Bend every single bone in your body. If you do not lay down for 3 seconds, that's all it takes, Phill. 3 seconds and your ass is mine. I'm not going to pin you the soft way. I'm going to hook your leg. 1, 2, 3. And if you don't, then I'm going to have to make you bleed. I'm going to have to bust you open because I've been training. And yes, my fists are bloody because I've been really focusing on these left and right. I ain't going to lie. My arm hurts and I shouldn't be telling you that. And you listen to the crowd, the roaring of the sound. Everything's going to quiet down as the referee asks, Phill, do you want to give up? Do you want to tap out? And they might have to end the damn match when it's all said and done. But I would love to end it the way that it's supposed to happen. With you on my shoulders. With me delivering special effects. A move that was inspired by Bulletproof Phill Marshall. You hear that? There's only one less thing to do. Let's come down there, beat your ass.
The mower stalled twice. Kneeling, I found a hedgehog jammed up against the blades. Killed. It had been in the long grass. I had seen it before and even fed it once. Now I had mauled its unobtrusive world unmendably. Burial was no help. Next morning I got up and it did not. The first day after a death, the new absence is always the same. We should be careful of each other. We should be kind while there is still time.
I hope you are paying attention, Jadarius. I see the garden as this industry. The mower and the hedgehog are just actors in this performance. The hedgehog is small, harmless, but still gets chewed up and forgotten about. The mower is the unemotional tool that is utilized to cut things down. So with that in mind, I want all of you to ask yourself a question. Are you the hedgehog or the mower? I think I know what your answer will be, Jadarius. You're the mower, aren't you? You're cutting your way through this tournament, discarding every hedgehog in your wake. And you've managed to do it by being the great imposter, the amazing plagiarist, the king of the carbon copy. You take a lot from others and try to make it your own, and you've been smart with your choices. You've stood on the shoulders of giants, but you made the mistake of believing that that height really makes you tall. You've even taken from me. 2 can play at that game.
Kid, who the fuck do you think you are?
The man honestly has become a carbon copy of who I used to be.
Makes me sick to my stomach.
But now, there's consequences.
King of social media.
This is not the honor for me that you seem
Roman!
to have it be for you.
See, I am a revered man, a feared man. Infamy surrounds my very name, and tournaments were a large part of that.
What did you think was gonna happen when you came face to face with a beast such as myself, you smug, pompous little prick?
But I'll give you one thing, pal, and that's a goddamn fight, son.
Don't let me down, folks. You won't like what happens if you do.
I asked you a question earlier, and this goes to the hosts of Outbreak, as well as the audience at home. Hosts, turn your microphones on and tell me, are you the hedgehog or the mower? I would imagine that maybe one of you said hedgehog for the lulz, but mostly it was mowers. I bet you said mower, didn't you, Jadarius? And that's why you lose. Because if you were to ask me that very same question, I would reply, neither. I'm the groundskeeper. I think very differently to others, and that's what makes me unpredictable. Just ask all the people that I've just plagiarized. I was too unpredictable for them as well.